Hello and welcome to Unit 207, located here at 4700 Connecticut Avenue in Upper Northwest. We are at the Parker House condominium. We have a wonderful 3-bedroom, 2 full bath apartment to share with you today. This condo has undergone a huge renovation, and it's possible we had a lot to deal with it. We actually were heavily involved in the renovation, and so we can point out a lot of the cool things that were done to this unit that may or may not be obvious as you come in. So I'll give you a little bit of perspective. We'll put a little photos up here of what the old unit used to look like. So when you walked into a really graciously sized foyer, and then you had this archway coming up over the living room, as well as a second archway in the dining room. And the archways are beautiful. This is a pre-war building built in the 1920s. One of the beautiful things about these buildings is that they do ooze with character. But in this case, the archways were, in our opinion, a little bit low, took away from some of the light and the grandioseness of these units, and thus they had to go. So we took down those walls and really opened the space up. In addition, we'll talk about it in a second, but this is a huge kitchen, one of the largest kitchens, if not the largest kitchen in the building, and that's due to some of the layout changes we made to further improve the space. So, as you walk in, the first thing you're gonna notice is this large foyer, and in the large foyer, we've got this great, I'm gonna call it a tray ceiling, but it really isn't. It's sort of a drop ceiling here, allowing us to add recessed lighting. We have cove lighting throughout, so you can actually independently control. If you're having maybe guests over and you don't want all the light from the recessed lights, you can turn it off. It really is a nice design choice to bring a lot of light into the space, and we have the same thing here in the living room as well. We also, you'll notice, have hardwood floors throughout. This unit did originally have hardwood flooring. We have actually refurbished that flooring, put a second layer of flooring on top to get rid of any of the squeaks and noise that is common in these older buildings, and these are sand in place, 3/4 inch thick, 5-inch white oak wood boards. So in the living room, as you can see, we have tons of space. You get a lot of natural light from this solarium. This living room is ideal for entertaining. You can have guests over, enjoy entertaining with having people over for cocktails, and obviously enjoying relaxing at the end of a long day. And from that living room, we moved into the solarium. This is one of the unique features of the Parker House. You see it on some of the other pre-war buildings, but one of the nice things is that you get these solariums with windows on 3 sides. They were originally sleeping porches that have been closed in, and they just give you a really nice full year-round use of outdoor space and gives you all the windows open. You're sort of among the trees and lets a lot of light into the unit and the original French doors to close it off. You can use these solariums as reading nooks, as offices, and just as a more formal space if you want, as an extension of the living room. So coming out of the living room, we're gonna move over towards the kitchen that I talked about. So one of the things I'll point out is this kitchen was expanded to here. The original kitchen came back to here, and this allowed us to do a really large kitchen, add more cabinetry. The only thing that we lost in that is that we did take out the service door that was originally with the unit, as most people don't use that anymore. So coming into the kitchen, you'll notice you have all hardwood cabinetry. We have white oak bottoms with white tops, and a full marble backsplash as well, with black quartz countertops to finish off the look. All of these cabinets were handmade by a Amish cabinet crafter, actually in Southern Maryland, which is really nice. And so you just have really nice dovetail joinery, quiet close, and the nice knurled handles as well. We have a full Bosch appliance package here, under cabinet lighting, 5-burner stove, and then a Fisher Paykel built-in fridge with ice maker, which is something that you don't see in these units typically, as there are some complexities with getting water, especially across to the other side of the kitchen, but this was taken care of here. And then in addition, we have this nice little dining area if you just want to have a nice cup of coffee, breakfast, nothing too formal, but you have this nice dining space as well. And then that leads you right out into the dining room. I should point out that although this unit does not have central air, we do have in-wall air conditioners. We have 4 of them located throughout the entire building. The unit They are Wi-Fi enabled so that you can actually manage them from your phone. So maybe you can turn them off or on depending on your schedule. And they're all brand new as part of the new overhaul of this unit. Here we have a lavishly sized dining room. So right now we're showing seating for 6, easily 8 if you needed to 10. I could see on like a Thanksgiving or a large gathering, you could easily extend this out into the foyer if you would like. And it's just a really grand, great unit for entertaining. I would say sort of a housing alternative. If maybe you're looking for a lot of space, maybe a larger family, or just wanting to have a transition from a home to a condo, this is really nice because you get over 1,900 square feet, just about 2,000, but you're not really compromising. You're all on one level, and so you can go travel and leave and know that the unit's gonna be the same when you come back. So coming in here, we have the primary suite. In the primary suite, we right now have it set up for a king-size bed, and as you can see, there's tons of space. We've got a closet here as well for storage. And that takes us right into the primary bath. Again, the theme being the primary bath was fully renovated. We've added marble tile both on the walls and on the floor. It's all Thasos, which is the most white tile you can get. That is natural marble, natural stone. And then we've also removed the original in putting in this glass shower. There was originally a doorway that really closed in the shower that's since been removed to really give the shower a nice modern open feel and obviously really brighten it up and open up the space. So as we come back through the primary suite, we'll notice on the way out as we move to the other side. So the unit is divided in 2 sections. To the left side when you enter the unit is this primary suite, and to the right you have 2 bedrooms and an additional bath. You have another closet here, which is great for linens or maybe coats and such. And then you come across the unit, you'll see you have more storage here. This closet actually goes all the way to the door. So you have tons of storage, vacuum cleaners, coats, welcoming guests. And then you come over to the right side of the unit, which I refer to as more the guest corridor, although a lot of people in the building tend to use these as their suites. You've got a second linen closet. Take a look at this fully updated bath. Again, a polished marble stone, brand new bathtub, an additional linen closet for towel storage and such here. And then that takes us into these 2 bedrooms. The 2 bedrooms, a lot of people end up using them if they're not trying to host enough guests that they need all 3 bedrooms. It's very common that owners here will use both of these bedrooms, one as a primary bedroom and the other as a study. And so this is one of the bedrooms. We're shooting here at about 5 o'clock in the evening. You can still get tons of natural light coming through all the windows. We're right on Chesapeake Street. And this is the southern exposure, which again gives you tons of natural light throughout the day. So coming through this bedroom, we come into the 3rd and final bedroom. Again, generously proportioned. All the bedrooms really are sizable, which is really wonderful and a nice added feature, and obviously is how we accumulate into the almost 2,000 square feet. And again, a closet, 3 windows, really giving it tons of natural light here. Some of the other notable features of this unit, so the Parker House is a full service building Monday through Friday. They have somebody at the front desk during business hours and then Saturday mornings as well. This unit does come with a garage parking spot that's accessible off of Chesapeake Street, as well as a storage unit, and then there's also laundry in the hall. Unfortunately, the building does not allow at this time in-unit laundry, but there is free laundry on each hallway, and it only services 10 units, so it's actually quite easy to work around everybody's schedules, and I joke that after living here for a little while, people tend to slot in. So that's our tour of Unit 207 here at the Parker House, 4700 Connecticut Avenue, located in the Wakefield neighborhood, Van Ness, Forest Hills. It's sort of nestled right in that pocket, just a few blocks from Metro. If you have any questions about the unit, feel free to give us a call, shoot us a text, send us a message, DM us, etc. We'd love to chat about it, and we'll see you on the next tour. Thanks.